This is a question which is often asked by a lot of patients. What aspects of diet need care in lupus? Now, we don't have a specific lupus diet per se, and we always advise all our patients to have a well balanced, nutritionally rich, varied diet, which should have a lot of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, poultry, fish, nuts, and dairy products. There are no specific food restrictions in lupus, unless, of course, you have diabetes along with it, which may be steroid induced or otherwise, in which case you need to control your sugars. Or if you have renal involvement, kidney involvement, or you have renal damage, in which case you need to cut down things like red meat and potassium containing food items. Otherwise, we just advocate a nutritionally rich and a well balanced and varied diet. Now, I would suggest including omega-3 fatty acids because generally omega-3 fatty acids are believed to have very good general health benefits are good. It also is believed to reduce inflammation. And you can include this as part of a balanced diet. And the sources of omega-3 fatty acids would be fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout, as well as lots of nuts, flax seeds. Vitamin D should be a part of your diet because, as you know, all of our patients are advised sun protection, and because of the risk of flares with of lupus. Now, the problem with protecting yourself from the sun is that the sunlight is what is needed to synthesize the vitamin D in the body. So when you do not have enough sunlight exposure, the amount of vitamin D in the body synthesized is less. And we do not have very rich sources of vitamin D dietarily. So vitamin D supplementation is found to not only improve cardiovascular health, but it also improves bone health. It decreases fatigue. It's also believed to some extent, not completely proven, to reduce the risk of flares. So vitamin D should be a part of your diet. A lot of issues, a big issue that people with lupus have is when they are on steroids is weight gain and how to control the weight and how to decrease the weight. Of course, as the steroids get tapered and stopped, the weight automatically generally tends to come back to normal. But what I would probably advise is something like a food diary. When you have a food diary and you write down what you've taken in through the entire day, you're able to see what needs attention, what you've binged on, what you've taken excess of. Probably take the help of a nutritionist as well, because a nutritionist will be able to advise you as to what kinds of food items you can have when you have this urge to snack. What are the nutritionally rich but low calorie food articles that you can actually take. I would also like to highlight the fact that it's a fallacy to think that there are certain food items which cause a trigger of lupus. No, there is nothing like that. We don't restrict or prohibit patients from taking any kind of food. But this can vary from individual to individual. For instance, some people may feel that if they eat chicken or they eat egg, it tends to cause a worsening of their symptoms, like it causes a worsening of their joints or some other symptoms, or increases their fatigue. That is individual. So if you feel that you have an issue with a particular food item, you remove that from your diet. But this cannot be generalized. Herbs and dietary supplements. If you're planning to include herbs and dietary supplements, make sure you involve your health professional, your doctor, your rheumatologist in that, because a lot of these dietary supplements contain substances which are not very safe, which may interact with the medications that you're already on for lupus, and they may cause other problems and worsen the worsen the problems like liver disease and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful when you include herbs and dietary supplements. Make sure you involve your doctor. And I don't think I can leave this question about diet without mentioning exercise. All lupus patients need to exercise. It could be small amounts of exercise. It could be up to moderate amounts of activity. Let your body be the guide as to what you can do and what you want to do. Choose an exercise program which allows you to have some degree of aerobic activity, which also strengthens your muscles. Now, this could be yoga, this could be swimming, cycling, walking. But as always, use your body as a guide to decide on what exercise program is best for you. So, in summary, there is no specific lupus diet. Please take a diet which is well balanced and varied. It should have lots of fruits, vegetables, grains, fish, poultry, nuts, and omega-3 fatty acids. What she writes is, the real challenge comes at my workplace. The stress and struggle to educate people on what it is like to live with lupus. I have faced many people, including my family members, who doubt the veracity of my illness, believing it is all in my head. This is extremely painful and frustrating, causing anger and resentment. Thankfully, I have a boss who understands what autoimmune diseases are like and what they can do to someone. So I'm provided flexibility at work. This arrangement has helped me a lot in terms of managing my professional life with lupus. So this is from a real patient who has actually struggled with the disease and who is working successfully. So it is definitely possible. I'd like to, I extracted a few more lines, which I thought were quite moving. And she writes to say, on the outside, most of us look happy and healthy, but on the inside, we are fighting for our lives. I may have lupus, but lupus does not have me. So, dear friends, I know it's a long journey. I know it's very hard and difficult at times, but please believe that we are there with you to support you on this long journey with you, and always stay strong. Thank you.